pick up the 2024.
That's it. Ohio.
Got your coffee.
Yeah. Pretty terrible, but. Everybody, we're parked.
Where we parked at?
We're gate B46. But we gotta go to B27. Kind of favors lightning blue in a way, a little darker. They finally put an actual, of course we saw this at the reveal in September last year, but they finally put a real caliper on the back. New car smell. Look at that, man, 2024. Like, that is wild. Auxiliary gauges. Cluster theme. Where's Fox Body? Oh man, Fox Body 8793, of course. Pretty accurate. Steering wheel feels good. I like the flat bottom. A lot of doodads. Track apps, of course. I dig it. I think it was set on a track. I don't know. That's cool too. Oh yeah. Well, there you go, folks. Factory installed hood struts. It only took almost 60 years. Dual intake, obviously. That's a mass air meter. Cool. All right, people, so we made it. Lebanon, Ohio, here at Lebanon Ford. About to get everything finalized, get everything situated. This is an Atlas Blue 2024 Mustang GT 400A premium package car. Has the red Brembo calipers. You know, a few other options. It does have active exhaust, which is neat, because those are rated at 486 horsepower instead of 480. But I'm excited to get behind the wheel, I really am. Of course, Jude and I, we attended the reveal last September. You know, got to see the car when it was being revealed by Ford there in Detroit. Kind of with all the hustle and the bustle, we didn't really get to take it all in, and now what better way to enjoy it than drive it all the way back to Waco, Texas, which I pulled it up on my maps. I think we're looking at about 1,050 miles, let's just call it that. So it'd be nice and broke in for when we get back, throw it on the dyno and just, you know, do all the things we know to do. So I've already put the dang Fox Body instrument cluster on. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. Like I said, we're gonna have some good seat time. It's a long way back. Excited to have it. I'm cheesing right now. I can't wait to get started. So we'll go finalize the deal and we'll hit the road. Okay, so we've been driving, I don't know, what, 10 minutes now. We picked the car up with 66 miles, 71.7 miles. I've already romped on it. It moves out, it runs good. This is an auto car, 10R80, 315 rear gear. You know, the kind of the gut punch seems a little anemic, but that's just because of the 315 gear. You know, if this was like a 355 gear car, you know, like they put in the performance pack, this thing would really move out. But it feels strong, pulls well. You know, I think personally, just with the initial reaction right now, it kind of feels like a Gen 3 Coyote with the 10R80. But the driving experience thus far, like I said, we're just now getting into it, but this instrument cluster is very intuitive. Ford did a really good job. We've got the Fox body cluster already up. I mean, rightfully so with Fox body people. The touch is just on point. It's clear, it's crisp, it's precise. I'm kind of right now just in awe over this dang instrument cluster. Interior feels really roomy. It almost feels, S550, but it feels updated. You know, it feels like, I don't know, it feels just more, a little bit more spread out to me. And we'll know more, you know, through our journey. But so far, really liking it. Again, very, very early on. But we're gonna go find something to eat, and then we're gonna carry on through the evening and afternoon. And periodically, we'll pick the camera back up and we'll give you guys some updates, kind of like MPG. You know, what we think of the car as, you know, we've had time to drive it. We're gonna go find some food and we'll check back in with you. Performance pack. No dark horses. Vapor blue. Wow, quite a few performance packs. All performance packs.
All the Mustangs while we're in the new Mustang.
How about that, man? Love's Travel Stop. It's this, I guess, second official stop, but the first one for gas. We were hungry and thirsty, so here's where we are. And I don't know if the car had 87, 91, or 93 octane in it when we picked it up. We didn't ask the dealership, so we have 93 octane in it now. When I get it back on the interstate, I'm gonna punch this thing and see if it wakes it up any. So our miles per gallon is up to 18.4. I think we were at 11 miles per gallon. Oh, 18.5. But you know, we've been heavy in the throttle too, seeing what this thing can do. So first gas fill up. I don't know if the dealership put 93 octane in it. I don't know what octane they put in it. I'm just gonna assume that they probably put 87 octane in it. So we got 93 octane in it now. Feels a little bit more peppy, but I don't know. Could just be my mind playing tricks on me. But 300 miles into the trip, I've driven it about halfway. Jude's driven it about halfway. It seems like our thoughts have kind of aligned. Car's great. I mean, rightfully so. It's a brand new car. It should drive great. From a performance standpoint, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think it falls in line with kind of a 2018 to 2023 car with a Gen 3 Coyote. Of course, the 315 rear gear really isn't helping that. It does kind of neuter the car a little bit, especially when you get on it. You know, you just feel like you want more. The car does have some lungs to it. I think 7,500 RPM redline, so it keeps pulling. You know, when you're in the throttle. So other than that, I like the interior a lot. I'm a fan of this dual cluster setup. First, I was like, I don't know if that's going to work because I've been used to analog, you know, for the longest time. But playing around with some of the cluster themes, especially the Fox body one, it's cool. And then having, you know, Apple CarPlay intuitiveness, I guess you could say, in the infotainment system is really nice. I notice here you can quick select the modes while you're driving right here on the steering wheel. So, you know, we can go normal if we wanted to choose like our program, like a custom mode. Of course, slippery if it's raining or if it's snowy outside. We've got a drag strip, track, and then sport. And I just kind of quickly ran through those, and you kind of can see the animation there as you select each mode. And you may have just heard the car downshift going into sport mode there. So definitely some neat stuff, and you don't really get that by just doing a simple test drive. You know, you got to kind of spend some time behind the wheel, and I'm thankful that we get to go on this 1,000-mile trek back to Texas because we're kind of just unraveling this car as much as we can. That way we can share it with all of you. So, so far so good. Have a if you get one of these cars, put you a microfiber towel right here in your door panel. That way you can wipe your infotainment system. You won't necessarily have to wipe your cluster because you're not going to be touching the instrument cluster, but definitely have you a nice, plush, soft, good quality microfiber towel. That way you can wipe your infotainment system, because if you're like me, there's going to be fingerprints all over it, and I can't stand fingerprints. The other thing I thought was really neat is one-touch cruise control. We're going 76 miles per hour. If I was to hit the cruise control button over here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, cruise control is activated for us. I don't have to, you know, click it on and click set, do none of that silly stuff. It's just a one-click option there for cruise control. So I like that based off of, you know, previous versions of how the cruise control. So there's kind of the, I guess, not the halfway point by any stretch of the imagination. We still have 10 hours left to go, so we'll probably do maybe 2 or 3 more fill-ups, get some more miles on our belt, and then we'll come back with a new update. So we'll holler at you then. All right, people, it's 7:33 in the morning. We've been kind of driving all night. We stopped for about an hour, caught a little nap, back on the road, just stopped for some fuel, and then it's hammered down now all the way home, back to Waco at LMR. So kind of where we're at, we're up to 22.2 miles per gallon, still within that driving time through the night and now the early morning. We've, you know, there's been some spirited driving. We've had some open roads, so I think that 22.2 MPG could be just a little bit better, but we have not reset it. Whenever we picked the car up from the dealership, we just drove it because we wanted to see kind of where the miles per gallon could get to. So 22.2 is where we're at currently, and then we just passed 872 total miles on the car. Kind of where I left off last time is where my thoughts are still. You know, kind of just had a little bit of time to mess with the infotainment system and stuff like that with the open road in the middle of the night. But other than that, you know, it's going good. We're gonna keep on keeping on, and we'll see y'all back at LMR. All right, people, we've made it back here in Texas. It's hot as hell. Got the car in our wash bay. We're about to get it cleaned up. As you can see, we hit every bug on the way back from Ohio. I think overall, I like the car. The interior is a nice place to be. It feels very S550, especially with the seats, the door panels, etc. Like I said earlier on when we were driving the car, it did feel like I have more room, but again, that just may be my mind playing tricks on me, I don't know. But overall, a very comfortable experience. For what it's worth, I'm 6'3", about 162, 164 pounds, and even after about 3 or 4 hours, my lower back starts to hurt, but that's pretty much any car. But overall, the seats are very comfortable. Audio system is good. This one I think has the 9-speaker system. This is the 400A package, so I don't think it has the 12 or 15 speaker system with what the 401A package comes with, but for a stock audio system, it's good. Performance-wise with the 315 gear, makes it feel a little anemic, feel a little neutered, but it carries. You know, it's a Coyote. RPM range is very, very tall, very, very wide, 7,500 RPM red line. With that 315 gear, it'll row the boat. I mean, it seems like it goes forever. So overall, I'm excited, ready to kind of tear into it. You know, what exhaust can we put on it? SVE wheels, lowering springs, you know, and just kind of start the domino effect of being car people. So I hope y'all enjoyed the journey as much as we enjoyed kind of bringing you along for the ride. If you did, let us know down in the comments, but we're gonna go ahead and sign off, start washing the car and get rolling. And if you find value in what we do, remember, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Till we see you in the next one, y'all know what to do. For all things S650, keep it right here with the Real Enthusiasts, LMR.com.